Both before and after the founding of our country, guns have played a large part in each and every one of our lives. Prior to pistols becoming a forefront weapon, there was no need for concealed carry. Guns consisted almost solely of long rifles. Obviously, one could not conceal a weapon of that size, yet no one questioned the open carry of a rifle. As pistols became more and more popular, the question has arisen, should it be legal to conceal a weapon in a public place? The obvious answer to this question is yes, and there are many reasons why. I will give you just 3 today. The first reason that concealed carry should maintain being legal is that it, though not specifically, it is a right as Americans that we have. The Second Amendment protects the right of the people of the United States of America to keep and bear arms. This amendment has been ruled on numerous times since its creation. However, one of the most prominent rulings was from a case in 2008, District of Columbia v. Heller. This case has been considered a landmark case by many. The reason being was that the ruling itself, in a 5-4 decision, was decided that the Second Amendment protects an individual's rights to possess a firearm for traditionally lawful purposes. Though it's legal, there are 2 additional reasons I'll explain upon. The second reason concealed carry should maintain legal is for the simple fact that law enforcement can't reach us fast enough every time. Given a situation where you are put in immediate danger and your life or a family member's life is on the line, law enforcement is at a minimum minutes away. It only takes a second for a bad guy to take a life. It also only takes seconds to save one. They say hindsight is 20/20, and looking back, a single person carrying a concealed weapon could have stopped dozens of massacres. The most prominent one that comes to mind is the Hollenbeck High School massacre. If a school security guard was allowed to carry a concealed weapon, or even a teacher, as little as 2 bullets could have saved many lives. This holds true in more recent events as well. When looking at one of many stories, it can be seen how concealed carry shouldn't be questioned, but rather praised. On May 27, 2010, a 79-year-old man entered an AT&T store with a pistol, intent on killing each employee on the hit list in his pocket. After just one shot, an off-duty police officer drew his own personal weapon and struck the man, ending the potential massacre. A second story took place at yet another school. Looking back to October 1st, 1997, Luke, a high school student, killed his mother and then went on to his high school to begin his massacre. Luke was stopped after he murdered 2 fellow classmates by the assistant principal, who drew his own weapon to subdue Luke with no lethal force. He held him until police could arrive. If only there was someone there at the other massacres carrying a weapon, thousands of lives could have been saved. Third, carrying concealed requires training in most states that allows citizens to become more than a guy or gal with a gun. These training sessions are generally taught by retired or active police or military and give inside knowledge into how to react in a situation where you may need to draw your weapon. I personally have taken training class taught by a lieutenant of the police force. Though the class takes a whole day to complete, they are able to run a background check on all of the students, verify that we could properly fire our weapons, and informs us on the laws and principles that they use themselves every day. The instructor went on to explain that he felt safer knowing we were on the streets, not only protecting ourselves, but him as well. A police officer could be miles away from backup if they were to be shot at, but a bystander could easily step in and save a life. The instructor then continued to explain that a concealed carry permit says a lot about a person carrying it. The concealed carry license tells him that the carrier is not a felon, that he has no warrants, has no convictions. He is trained in using his weapon and has no intention of breaking the law. What many don't understand is that in order to receive one of these concealed weapon cards or licenses, the student must be free and clear of any wrongdoing. It is only the law-abiding citizens with good intent that are able to get through the testing and screening process. Not only does carrying a weapon make a person a first responder to an incident, it also puts them on the edge. Someone carrying a gun is always looking out for their safety and everyone else's. People that carry are taught not to put themselves in an environment where their weapon could be needed. A good example of would be getting into a conflict with somebody. When you're carrying, many will move about their way not to ensue in an argument, knowing that an argument could end deadly if one's carrying a weapon. It also heightens one's senses for the good of us all. Though statistics are so widely varied due to outside influences, there has not been significant data ever presented showing an increase in crime rate in an area where a concealed carry has been made legal, while on the contrary, there have been hundreds of reports showing anywhere from 1% to 15% decrease of violent crime in most of these cases. Allowing citizens to publicly carry weapons concealed should allow us some peace of mind knowing that there are well-trained, law-abiding citizens with the intention of saving not only their own lives, but others too.